with the flicker of a jack-o'-lantern. The ghosts and the goblins prepare for their annual time of year, where they wreak havoc on the time known as Halloween. And that is true for the Michigan Wrestling Organization, where tonight, in a last man standing match, Jaysen the Basher Clouse goes one-on-one with Todd Gilbert. In a number one contenders match, Blackwell will square off with Jeremiah J. Hughes. The MWO Television Championship is on the line when the Marvel will challenge Tyler Dean. The mighty Bojack will defend the MWO Great Lakes Championship against T.J. Edwards. In a scary rematch for the Tag Team Championship, X-Convict and Platinum will defend against Skullz and the creature feature John Campbell. And the main event, a 30-minute Ironman match between MWO champion Jack Teryn and Roberto Cruz. And now, the Michigan Wrestling Organization and Orion Neighborhood Television presents the 2021 Trick-or-Slam.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to MWO Trick-or-Slam 2021. We are live here at ONTV Studios in Lake Orion, Michigan. Got a big show lined up, as always. I'm Professor Albert Teach, joined by Captain Jack Sparrow, apparently.
Hey, I dressed for the occasion. Where's your costume? You look like a butcher. You working in a meat pack? What is this?
This is a lab coat. You might know that if you had an education. Anyways, I'm just kidding. This is actually Damon Gray, former MWO superstar and current Hall of Famer. Great to have him here. Right now, we're going to get things started off with MWO Great Lakes Championship match, so we'll head right to the ring with our announcer, Jimmy G.
Jimmy G the Pikachu.
Ladies and gentlemen, your first contest tonight is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Michigan Wrestling Organization Great Lakes Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. From Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in 1/2 a 350, the executioner, DJ Edwards.
Mr. Edwards walking to the ring in a Halloween spirit, telling everybody boo.
Boo-hoo, don't cry, it's only a joke.
And his opponent, the champion. From Pontiac, Michigan, weighing in at 325 pounds, the mighty Bojack.
Bojack, of course, the reigning champion. Referencing the small crowd, of course, we're working with a limited studio
What do you
audience
mean
for
small
safety.
crowd? It's a sellout crowd. I don't see an empty seat in the building.
Well, maybe you're
Sellout crowd. You gotta sell it. See, standing room only. Ref checking each opponent, making sure that they have no foreign objects or hidden weapons.
Ready? You ready?
Let's get this thing started.
Ring the bell.
All right, and we're off.
Come on. Come on.
Bojack trying to get some energies going here.
Big boy, don't do that. You want to lock this up with me? You want to lock this up with me? Everyone's trying. I always lose.
Collar and elbow tie up. Both men fighting for control. Ooh, and Mr. Edwards comes out on top. Asking for a submission this early in the match.
Oh,
That was a little flagrant. Not gonna lie. This one.
looks like Edwards went for the eyes a little bit.
Got that headlock cinched in, nice and tight.
Rocky start for our champion.
Mighty Bojack trying to show how mighty he can be. Ooh, punch to the midsection, followed by another, and a third. Pushes Edwards off the rope.
Oh, big
Knocks
shoulder.
Down.
And just like that, champion's looking on top again.
Ooh.
Oh,
There you go. You got to be smarter than that to outwit Mighty Bojack. Takes a lot to get a man like Bojack off his feet. Ooh, Bojack. Solid control here. Punch to the throat.
very loud chop. Heard that all the way over here.
I know. That was Knife Ed going for a strut.
On the corner. 1,
Oh,
2.
another Knife Edge chop. Another strut. Bojack bragging a bit, man. That could come back to bite him in the butt later.
2.
Ref trying to get him out of the corner. He's got till 5.
Oh!
Big slam into the corner. Edwards is feeling every bit of that.
Oh!
Clothesline to the back of the head.
Edwards is down again. Oh,
Going for the cover.
1, 2.
Hook of the leg. Oh, kicks out on 2.
2.
That was chance in disbelief. Yeah, that was a good one. He should have been down.
and we're heading out of the ring.
Back in the ring. 1. See this? You see this? 2. I'm not that color normally. 3. Over caramel. 4.
Not going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole.
Not me either.
Get back in the ring.
Edwards complaining about the color of his
with
skin.
the hair.
Hair pull. It's on the outside. It's legal. Oh, drops him across the rope. That's legal too. It's outside.
Yes, it's legal.
It's all fun and games outside the ring.
Already. I just
Rules are only applied between the ropes.
gave him a reason either.
Except for the count out. I guess that rule applies.
Yeah. All the rules apply except for the ones that don't.
Yep. They're more guidelines anyway.
Yeah, that's what you always say.
Going for chops of his own. Ooh. Bojack on the receiving end of a chop. Oh,
Oh.
slaps him back. That nice red chest that he gave him earlier is a nice big target for him to swing at.
Edwards getting ready for something here.
Calling for his big clothesline in the corner. Champ is
Bojack
down.
is down.
And in the middle of the ring. That's some bad positioning to be in. Hard to get your foot on the rope to break a pin.
Edwards doing the strut now. Oh!
Another chop. Going for a pin. Hooks the leg. Ooh, kicks out on 2.
Close call for the champ there.
It's kind of nonchalant there on the part of Edwards. You think he would have cinched it in a little bit better, especially when you're going for the championship. Ooh, another knife edge chop. Edwards setting the champ up here. Going for,
Oh!
ooh, blocks that suplex attempt. Blocked it again.
Oh!
Bojack, suplex of his own. Down is Edwards. Goes for the quick cover. Ooh, not quite enough. Did he just ask for some water?
Edwards is asking for water. Apparently he's getting a little thirsty.
Yeah, he might want to invest in a manager then. Get somebody out. Oh, or a valet. Or an associate. Hey, imitation is the highest form of flattery, so. Ooh!
Oh.
Bojack trying to pick him up. Edwards fighting back out of it. Shot to the midsection, shot to the face.
Both men back on their feet now.
Ooh! Two minor powerhouses just slugging it out in the middle of the ring. Gotta enjoy that kind of beefy action.
Here we go again.
Off the rope,
Oh.
ducks the clothesline. Ooh!
Oh.
Double clothesline. Both men are
men.
down.
1, 2, 3,
Refs at 3. Both men trying to get to their feet.
4,
Sort of.
Yeah, I don't see much movement
I
from
don't see
either
a
of
whole
them.
lot of motion. Well, Edwards is to the ropes. Bojack's
7,
moving around like a turtle on his back.
Oh,
Oh, he's up. He's over. Edwards is to a knee.
ref at 9.
Bojack's to a knee. Both men barely make it to their feet at the 9 count. Ooh,
Oh,
another shot by Bojack. Is Edwards caught up in the ropes? Nope, he's free. Irish whip off the rope. Goes for a clothesline, misses.
oh.
Ooh, he's got him up.
Bojack catches
He's got him
him.
in a bear hug. Slams him into
Oh.
that turnbuckle.
Things not looking good for the challenger here.
Challenger is to come up with something because what he's doing right now just ain't working. Oh!
That might be
Samoan
it.
drop. It could be over. Champ looking for a pinfall here. Covers him.
Oh.
Nonchalant,
2.5.
man. He should have hooked the leg. Cinched that in a little deeper. It's a little late in the game to be taking shortcuts when he's trying to win a victory.
Both of them looking a little winded now. Really putting it all into the championship.
DJ Edwards still looking for that water. Don't worry, man. You're about 3 seconds away from getting some. Sleeper hold cinched in by the champ. Edwards fighting his way to his feet, trying to get out of the hold.
what's that pirate doing over there?
Where? There's a pirate?
I think they're talking
Ooh,
about
nice
you.
distraction. Hey, I guess I'm distracting the ref here.
Oh,
low blow
spear.
by Edwards and led to a spear. Going for the cover, hooks the leg.
Oh.
Champ barely gets
So
his shoulder
close.
up. Man, that was a close one. Guess that
Almost
wasn't that
looking
good of
at
a
his
distraction.
Yeah. Distracted me if that makes
I
you feel
did.
any
I'm
better.
sorry. I interrupted you. Yes, we almost had a new champion there. Half a second away. Is he going for his water? What's he doing?
Edwards coming up.
1,
Edwards must be looking for
Now's
that
not
water
the
again.
time for a hydration break.
2,
Ain't got any water over here. Just because he's a pirate doesn't mean he's near water.
Oh, he's grabbing the belt. You haven't won that yet. Okay, he's got the belt.
What's he doing with that belt? It's not his yet.
That's
what are you doing? No.
not his yet. Is he going to hit the champ?
Use that. I can't put it the other way. And I'll disqualify you.
Looking to get that. That's not. That's.
I'll disqualify
It's
you.
a bold strategy to win the belt by getting disqualified, but I don't think it's going to work. Let's see how this plays out, Cotton. Ref
this,
putting the
Edwards?
belt away. Edwards.
Oh!
Oh, cheap shot.
Edwards something.
Something in
Oh.
his hand. I couldn't quite see it from here, but
2,
it's still on his hand,
Oh.
and the ref sees it.
Ref sees it on his hand.
Ref sees it.
chain in your hand.
Edwards not paying attention. What? Didn't get the 3 count. Sees the chain in Edwards' hand.
Edwards is disqualified.
Been there all match.
Been there the whole match, arguing.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner as a result of a disqualification and still Michigan Wrestling Organization Great Lakes Champion, the mighty Bojack.
Just like that, Bojack retains the title.
Edwards had a sound strategy, just poor execution. He's writing a complaint letter.
Edwards is going to file a complaint.
Edwards,
I wonder if that's going to be after he gets some water or not. But
Edwards' new gimmick is full-on Karen, apparently.
Put that in my hand.
Put it in his hand. All right. Well,
I thought he just said he had it the whole time.
he had it the whole time, and it was put in his hand before the match by Bojack, apparently. Well, that was a fantastic match.
Oh.
Nice solid opener there. Both men
Great
fight.
start to the night so
Great
far.
start of the night. Not great when you're hauled out as champion, but
Hey, he gets to keep his belt.
he still has his belt.
Not all bad, I
Can't
guess.
beat that.
All right, so right now I just received word we have a slight promo video from our CEO, Jaysen the Basher Clouse, that we're going to go to right now.
Hey, I remember that guy.
Thanks, guys. MWO Hall of Famer Sheldon Positive here, Coming up next is the last man standing match. Please welcome my guest, Jaysen the Basher Clouse. Mr. Clouse.
It's been a while.
It has.
I don't recall rehiring you.
You did.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
So coming
You got
up,
something for me?
I do.
Okay.
So coming up on this next last man standing
This
match.
is going to be huge, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Do you think you're taking your opponent a little too lightly, though?
Who's that now?
Todd Gilbert.
Listen, don't be nervous, okay? Everything's going to be fine. Well, who's not going to be fine is Mr. Gilbert. Because I'm pretty annoyed right now, Mr. Positive. I'm pretty annoyed that I even have to be here for this match. I could be in the office doing important stuff. I could be in the office making deals. I could be in the office making the needle move here in the Michigan Wrestling Organization. But I got to take time out of my busy schedule for this last man standing match. A match that you wanted, Todd Gilbert. I don't want to have to do what I'm going to. But you want to keep running your mouth. The social media thing. You on social media?
Yes, sir.
Of course you are. So is Todd Gilbert. He likes to go on and he likes to run his mouth. Well, tonight here at Trick-or-Slam Live, I said live, on ONTV, I'm going to shut that mouth permanently. I appreciate the fact that you are on some sort of remarkable story. It ends tonight. It ends here tonight. Anything else?
No, sir.
You sure?
Yes.
Enjoy your night.
At least he's not annoyed at me. Back to you.
All right, strong words from our CEO there. Of course, referring to our upcoming match here where Jaysen the Basher Clouse goes one-on-one with Todd Gilbert in a last man standing match. This match has been heating up for quite a while now.
Todd's an interesting story, but I do not see how he can possibly win against Jaysen Clouse. I mean, that guy's been here since the beginning.
Yeah.
How is Todd going to beat this guy? He's not, last man standing, you're going to have to hit him with a car, man.
Last time I checked, Todd could barely stand on his own.
Yeah. I mean, he's an intriguing story, Mr. Gilbert, but man.
Definitely underdog story, which I'm sure the Basher can come out on top. So without further ado, we will head right back up to the ring to get this action started with Jimmy G.
I choose you, Pikachu.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the last man standing match. In this match, there are no pinfalls or submissions. The only way to win is to incapacitate your opponent to the extent that they do not answer the referee's 10 count.
Hit it!
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring from Davison, Michigan, weighing in at 175 pounds, Todd Gilbert!
Todd bringing a little helper of his own.
Hey, you do what you got to do to win sometimes. Crowd clearly in his corner.
He's going to need all the help he can get once we meet his opponent here.
Todd's been running his mouth on social media. He's a keyboard warrior the last couple of weeks, and Jaysen not having any of it. This is what happens when you run your mouth on the internet and the guy you're talking to meets up with you in real life.
And his opponent from Lapeer, Michigan, weighing 185 pounds. He is the CEO of the Michigan Wrestling Organization and Michigan Wrestling Organization Hall of Famer, Jaysen the Basher, Clouse.
Basher not looking impressed as usual.
Is he ever look impressed? He's always got resting annoyed face. Basher always comes out looking like somebody just peed his cornflakes. I don't know why.
Ready, Basher? He's ready, I'm ready.
Todd looking a little nervous. Got his kendo stick. It's a little equalizer there.
You don't have to do this. You can walk right out of here on your own accord and nothing's going to happen to you. Nobody will think less of you.
Generous offer.
Yeah, Basher giving him an out right now.
I'm cutting you a break right now. Come on over here.
Holding the ropes open for him. How gentlemanly of him.
Opportunity. Because if I get back in here, Todd, it's going to be bad for you. So I'm just telling you that right now. You don't have nothing to say? You had no problem running your mouth on social media?
Ooh, Todd Gilbert drawing a line in the ring. Basher looks befuddled.
This guy's serious? What are you going to do, tough stuff?
Oh, and he stepped over the line.
Huh?
Basher's calling him out.
What are you going to do with your stupid little stick?
Ooh, he took his stick away.
You can walk away right now. All
Maybe
you
someone
gotta
should
do is
get
walk
Gilbert a
out.
keyboard so he can actually say something.
I know.
I'll hold your hand for you. That's no problem whatsoever. You're not running your mouth now, are you? Everything's a big joke on the keyboard, isn't it? Huh? You're pathetic. You're pathetic.
Ooh!
Oh! Low blow to start the freaking match.
Last man standing. Anything goes. Oh!
Pathetic now!
Ah. Gilbert with a kendo stick. Again to the back of Basher. I don't think Basher expected any form of offense on the part of Todd Gilbert.
CEO on his knees. Oh.
Ooh, another shot by the kendo stick.
Don't look so pathetic now, does it?
Todd's starting to run his mouth. Again, I guess.
Come on, Basher.
Uh-oh. I think he woke a sleeping bear.
Basher's looking angry. Oh!
Ooh! Basher catches the kendo stick. Todd's backed into a corner. Oh! Shot to the midsection with the butt end of that stick. I hope it was the midsection. Ah! Into the kidneys. That hurts. Believe me. Oh! Another shot. Dang. Gilbert down on the mat. Oh, such disrespect from Basher. Uh-oh, he's lining him up for something.
Huh?
Ooh, got that kendo stick in there.
Am I making you nervous? We didn't have to do this, Todd.
Stomp to the midsection again. Ooh, another stomp.
Go ahead and count him.
One,
Clouse calling for a count already.
Referee Randy Schilling
2,
making his count.
3,
Todd can't get to his feet by the count of 10. This match is over.
4.
Ooh! Basher breaks the count. You know what I'm hoping Basher does?
What? What's that?
Come on, Todd. You want to be a star? You want to be a star? You don't
I'll tell you in a
look so
minute.
popular now, do ya?
I'm hoping Basher hits him with an arm bar.
Ha!
One.
Clouse calling for the count again. I don't know if you can see it, but he's got that kendo stick wedged into the corner over
I
there.
see that. Making plans. That's the thing about Basher. He strategizes. He's like 2 moves ahead of you at all times.
4,
Clouse taunting Gilbert now.
5,
I can do this too.
6.
Oh, CEO Jaysen Clouse is looking to become a referee. But no better man than Randy Schilling to teach him how to do the job. I can see Jaysen as a ref. Todd not quite to his feet.
Oh,
Oh, Jaysen helps him up. Broke the count.
Jaysen being friend. Oh, not so friendly anymore.
Man. Ooh.
Come on, superstar.
Todd looks a little mad. Ooh, a little slap of his own. Uh-oh. Another little slap. Befuddled Basher again. Punch to the gut. Ooh. Kicks to the back of the knee. Todd working Jaysen over. Again.
Gilbert got the CEO to his knees again.
Jaysen keeps underestimating Gilbert. You back an animal in a corner, and he will fight back and be vicious. Going for that kendo stick. Ooh! A little payback from earlier. Oh, yeah.
Gilbert trying to get his kendo stick back.
Basher,
CEO capitalizing.
Yeah. Basher trying to make some wine over there by smashing some grapes. Punch to the face. See, this is the reason they don't let me on mic sometimes, because you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Basher working Gilbert over in the corner.
Oh.
Todd looking out of it. He's still up. Ooh. Oh! Ate the
Basher
kendo
right
stick.
into the
Yes. It's always fun when a trap you lay for somebody else, you fall right into it. You can't help but, you know. You can get no sympathy from me when you get hit by your own shenanigans. Another shot to the back, and Basher's down. Finally getting counted.
2.
He's coughing. Looks clear of blood, but ooh, could be some internal injuries we're not seeing.
1.
Todd interrupted the count because he was getting to his feet. Smart strategy. Should have hit him a few more times if he really wanted to keep him down, but
Smart call. Keep Basher down as long as possible.
Basher back up to his feet. He's shot to the midsection. You can see Todd's limited experience in the ring at this point, not capitalizing on when he gets Basher to the mat.
Mm-hmm.
Basher's been doing this for 25 plus years. It's going to take more than a few shots of the kendo stick.
Just keep him down.
Keep him down for 10 seconds. You barely get him down for 3 seconds with shots to a kendo stick. Ooh, choking him. There you go. Deprive the man of oxygen. Cut off that flow to the brain. Put him to sleep. He'll stay down for 10 seconds.
Gilbert calling for a count.
Again, premature.
3.
Gilbert in his corner. Bash working his way up. See, now'd be the time to break the count up again and start wailing on him. But the inexperience
lets him
on the
get
part
to
of
his
Gilbert
feet.
lets him get to his feet. Could come back to bite him in the end. A lot of people get bit in the end in this game. Ooh, another shot to the midsection.
Basher on the ropes.
Choking him out. There you go. Choke him out. Sit on him, Todd. Trying to help.
1. Had enough yet?
He's up to his knees. I don't think he's had enough yet.
2.
Trying to fight his way back. Oh! Jaysen still trying to fight his way up. Not willing to give up.
1.
Still got some strength left in him. He's on that bottom. Ooh, taking a powder. There you go.
Going outside
Going
the
out
ring
to get
now.
a breather. Oh.
In the ring now. Where you going?
Jaysen seems to be looking for something under the ring.
Pulling something out of the ring.
Come on now.
Todd's got his equalizer. Coming around.
Think you're going. Stop.
Oh! Hey,
Jaysen found it.
Oh!
Oh! Stop sign.
at least the man knows how to obey traffic laws.
Jaysen cracking himself up over his own joke.
Stop.
Count this man.
He's down. Basher calling for a count.
1. 2. 3.
Gilbert not even
Look at your
stirring.
hero. Look at him. This is your inspiration.
Oh, there we go. A little bit of
This is
signs
what
of life.
happens, Albert teach when you run your mouth behind a microphone.
Oh, big words, Jaysen. Big words.
6.
You can go back him up like Todd? I can run.
Maybe not while he's holding a kendo stick, but
I can run my mouth behind a microphone. I can get in there and back him up. choking him out.
If it keeps him down,
If it keeps him down, yeah, there, that's a sound strategy.
I'd like to think I'm at least smart enough to
Hell
keep
yeah.
Basher down.
He's trying to put him to sleep. Oh, he's got him. What's he doing? Oh, and Todd falls over, taking a nap. Put him to sleep. Got put to sleep by a man who used to wrestle as a butterfly. I can't believe it. True story.
I could see it.
Clearing his throat. Oh, we're getting serenade. Singing him to sleep. Oh, Todd's stirring.
Sing it, don't you, Gilbert?
He's back up on his...
6.
Well, he's up to his cheeks anyway.
7.
Almost there.
Oh,
Going to the
Gilbert
outside. Everybody's a critic.
Oh,
Jaysen.
Gilbert to his feet now.
Gilbert's to his feet, and Jaysen just threw his kendo stick to the outside to him. Well, Todd didn't pick it up.
Todd, you gotta get back in the ring, pal. This ain't gonna bode well for you. Huh?
Yeah.
He needs to stop, Damon Gray.
Basher with his overuse of visual aids.
I
again.
know.
See, I mean, who brings a stop sign to a fight?
Play to the camera, man. Play to the camera.
I mean, come on.
Oh!
Oh!
Baked goods involved in this match. Anybody got a kitchen sink?
Want some muffins?
Oh! Yeah, you gotta have a muffin tin.
Stifle me.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say.
Yes, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Oof. He's down on the outside. Ref's counting. Of course, no rules here in a last man standing match. You can count outside and then just out to the parking lot. I think there's a wedding going on next door.
I did see one earlier, that's true.
I'd like to see I see this man's head over there. That'd be fun. Just to see the look on the happy couple's face.
It's a nice wedding present.
Shilling up to 5. Basher stirring on the outside.
Basher up to his knees.
He's gonna do some.
Grabbing
Looks
that
like
cookie
he's
sheet.
gonna do some baking of his own.
Don't think we have an oven around here, Basher.
Not sure. Now, did they remember to grease the sheets? If he didn't grease the sheet,
Oh,
he's back up to his feet. See, if he doesn't grease the sheet, that's when your cookies get stuck and they fall apart.
That's true.
Hiding that cookie sheet. Todd, not capitalizing, and he's back in the ring. Oh! And he just waited for that. Todd knocked off his feet once again. I'm actually surprised this match went this long.
Me too.
I mean, Basher's a 25-year Hall of Famer, and it's taken him this long to put away Todd Gilbert? Must be slipping in his old age.
It says a lot about Basher, that's for sure.
Todd still stirring. Come on, Gilbert.
Sounds like Basher's about to get serious.
He's calling for it. Oh! Tyler Dean makes his way to the ring. Or a little child. I'm not sure which.
Oh,
Oh, no, it's Dean. Who in the heck is this? I can't see the back of his head. Oh, he's got him locked in. Is that Rick
That
Crow?
looks like Rick Crow. Haven't seen him
He's
in a while.
choking out the Basher. We have not seen him in a while. He's been gone for a bit.
Oh.
He's got him into the mat, locked in.
Trying to knock out the CEO.
He's got him in a sleeper hold, locked in tight.
Gilbert laughing in the corner.
Choking him out. Gilbert is laughing in the corner. What is going on here? Todd getting a little bit of help.
Yeah, looks to me like Gilbert called in a couple favors.
Get him up. Open your eyes, Bash. I want you to know exactly who did this to you. You say, be careful what I wish for. I say, don't become a target.
Oh, nice shot.
Count him. 1.
Gilbert in the numbers, standing proud over Basher. Z-Lane's prone in the ring.
3.
Basher not moving at all right now.
Crow eyeing him up, man. Look at the look of intensity on his face, man. He looks angry.
6.
Basher's
Referee-
starting to stir. Is it going to be
He's
enough?
trying to stir. Not quite. He's signs of life, but not enough.
Oh.
Ref said
Tyler-
9. Well,
Tyler D
is he
making
going to
his
make
way
it? Oh, and that is
Oh.
it. Oh, and then
Just like that.
Crow back into the stomping on the Basher.
Here is your winner, Todd Gilbert.
Man, I did not expect that
I
result.
don't think anyone
I
expected
don't think
that
anybody
result.
expected that result. Todd Gilbert and the numbers getting the better of Basher in the ring tonight. Crow making his return. Is he siding with Gilbert? Oh, he didn't do it for him. He didn't do it for Gilbert, he said.
Gilbert not one to look a gift horse in the mouth.
I don't blame him. What's Tyler doing out here? He'll be out here later tonight in his own match. Todd finishing with a trash talk. At least he can do it, not on a keyboard. And the crowd doesn't care. Not a lot of fans here for Todd Gilbert, but oof. I think Basher might need some help. He's staring.
He's moving. It's nice of the ref to help his CEO out.
I know. Where'd Schillen run off to? Normally he'd help him to the back. He's on his feet. Proud man. At least he's walking out, not being carried out.
All right.
Unexpected result there,
That
man.
was
I did not
very
see
unex-
that
I don't
one
think
coming.
anyone saw that coming.
That was a vicious assault on the part of Crow onto Jaysen the Basher Clouse. Got to be some history there.
Yeah.
A lot of animosity, a lot of hate.
Not sure if that's the last we'll see of that, but
No, probably
right
not.
now we have backstage. We have the doghouse with Mad Dog Butch.
Oh, I got you. You should have saw the look on your faces. But there's no reason to be frightened. I'm really not a faceless ghoul. It's Mad Dog Butch. And welcome to the doghouse. And this is going to be a little bit of a different type of doghouse. The MWO has asked me to come on here and give you a public service announcement about how to maximize your Halloween fun. Now, it's no secret that Mad Dog's favorite holiday is Halloween. It always has been. Everybody knows it. So that is what qualifies me to give you these upcoming holiday Halloween tips. Now, what it all boils down to is Halloween is you are trying to get the maximum amount of candy in the shortest period of time. Now, the fake news will tell you to always bring an adult or a parent with you. Avoid this at all costs. Take it from Mad Dog. You might as well slap a ball and chain on your ankle, and you may be lucky to end up with like a quarter of your candy bag. So now they always tell you not to go to the stranger's house on Halloween. Well, let me tell you, this one's a no-brainer, because if nobody else is going to the creepy dude down the road's house, that means more candy for you. And let me tell you something, you're only a stranger until you ring that doorbell the first time. And you may even make a friend out of it, who knows? And last but not least, but possibly the biggest tip of all, you've heard for years the urban myths, the legends of people tampering with candy on Halloween. They tell you not to touch your candy until you get it x-rayed by the fire department. Well, who do you think came up with that one? Gee, I wonder. But you're gonna need all the fuel that you can while you're trick-or-treating. So dive right in and go right at the candy, because you're gonna need it if you adhere to Mad Dog's tips. You're gonna need it for all the extra loot that you're gonna get. Now, if you adhere to these tips, you should have a great Halloween. And I'm going to indulge right now. And like I said, So, I'll go for the rough one. Oh, rough one.
As always, some very enlightening words from Mad Dog Butch. Always great to have him on the show.
What the heck was that?
I don't even know.
All right.
Still got a lot of show though.
Little disclaimer: the MWO does not endorse anything that man just said. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't even. So let's just get right back to the action.
Yeah.
Up next, we got a #1 contenders match. So let's head right back up to ringside with Jimmy G.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for #1 contendership to the Michigan Wrestling Organization Heavyweight Championship. Making his way to the ring from the place he was at yesterday and weighing in at exactly 1 Blackwell, MWO Hall of Famer, the Violence Machine, Blackwell!
Blackwell, of course, one of the biggest men on our roster. His opponent.
He's quite a formidable foe, believe me.
That's true.
And quite intimidating.
Experience the greatness.
And his opponent from Fleet Street, weighing in at 180 pounds, the Archduke, Jeremiah J. Hughes.
God say I do not envy Jeremiah having to step in the ring with that man.
I still call him JJ, so. Crowd clearly behind JJ in this match.
Former champion of himself, it would take someone like him to beat someone like Blackwell.
Well, Blackwell's a former champion himself. Blackwell been around the block quite a bit. Been a part of the MWO for the better part of at least 15 years. He has done it all.
Of course, the winner of this match will go on to challenge the champion at Christmas Clash.
Whoever that may be by the end of the night. Because we still got a heavyweight championship match to look forward to this evening.
That's true.
Ooh! Opening shot from Hughes. Another one. Ooh!
Oh!
Blackwell with a shot of his own. Ooh! Off the ropes comes Hughes with a shot. He's got Blackwell on the ropes.
Hughes
Feeding
starting
him.
slow.
Blackwell just shoved him away. Ooh!
Oh.
Kick to the knee. Down goes Blackwell. Hughes trying to use his speed, keep the big man down. Big boot to the side of the head. Little paintbrush across the face. Off the ropes. Oh! Back elbow, man.
Hughes trying to start off strong, but not strong enough, apparently.
Hughes just ragdolled himself. Good love. Oh, Blackwell just standing on the man.
Blackwell stomping Hughes.
Stomping him like he's a cockroach. Oh! Dang, man. It's a good way to cave in somebody's chest. Ah! Hear that thump? Hear that thump, man. Oh! Hughes with a chop of his own, but Blackwell just shrugs it off. Oh! Other side of the ring. Yeah, I think he got some frequent flyer miles out of that. He shouldn't have been in the air. He didn't have a mask on. Oh! Shot to the face. Another chop. Ooh! Club to the back of the head. Hughes is just taking a beating. Ooh! Trying to fight back. Going for that midsection. A lot of padding there on the part of
Blackwell catches
Blackwell.
him.
Blackwell caught him. Oh! Beautiful. That was the Clouse encounters, man. Been a while since we've seen that move.
Hughes somehow manages to kick out from that.
Tribute to the late, great Jeff Clouse. Blackwell back to his feet.
Not sure Hughes even knows where he's at right now.
I think Hughes is out of it. He's looking like Gilbert did in that last match. Jaysen did on his way out. Ooh! Blackwell just clubbing him to the mat. Good luck.
Hey, get off of him. He's on the ropes. One.
He's on the ropes. Ref calling him to break the hold. Blackwell holding it. Like he said earlier, he's got till 5. Man. Does Hughes owe somebody money? Gee, apparently, Blackwell. Good love. Look at this.
Hughes
is just
can't even
down. I don't think he's conscious, man. Ref. Oh. Ref checking him.
Hughes
What's he
asking
going
for his
for?
mommy.
Oh, the cloverleaf.
Oh,
He's going for the cloverleaf here. Oh, he's hooking him. Oh, that's gimmick infringement. Blackwell with a clover bomb. That's all right. I haven't used that move in years. Oh! Curb stomp. Well, inverted curb stomp. Stomping on that chest. Man, about to cave it in. Oh!
Hughes somehow
Trying to fight back. Drawing down, deep down in him, bringing back that straight. He's
caught
going for it,
again.
and he got caught. Ah!
1, 2. 2. This is awesome.
He's still sticking with the gimmick infringement. That was Shades of Grey he just hit. That punk. I'll have to start charging this man for royalties.
I think he's trying to challenge you.
I know.
Hop in there.
If he hits a super kick, I'm going to be annoyed. I'm not going to do nothing about it, but I'm going to be annoyed.
You sure?
Big
you
chop
could
to the
take
back.
him. Hop up in there.
I have taken him, but it's been a while. Oh, there we go. Hughes is up. Got him in a sleeper hold. We saw how effective this move can be. Oh! But not when they do that. Not when they do that. Oh! Hughes moves out of the corner. Blackwell biffed it himself in the turnbuckle. Hughes with a big flying clothesline. Got Blackwell down. Back in. Ooh! Big boot into the corner. Blackwell seeing stars.
Hughes finding some energy somewhere.
Ooh, he's up. Caught by
again.
Blackwell. What's he going for? Going for a buckle bomb. Nope, nope. Reversed into a hurricanrana. Blackwell tossed into the corner. Hughes sizing him up. Another boot to the face. Going to it again. Oh, no. Flying little drop kick.
Put them nukes up, baby.
Oh. Nice cannonball in the corner. Blackwell rolling around. Not sure what to do. On his back. Going for the cover. Ooh.
He got the rope.
Technically, he did get the ropes. I think he was kicking out, but he caught that rope. There we go. That's a sound strategy there. Hook that up. Didn't grab the other arm. There we go. Get them both. Oh, that'll get them off. Takes a whole lot of effort to get the Blackwell on his back and a little bit more to get him covered. That man's got such long limbs at like 6'7", I think he is. That dude can reach a rope from pretty much anywhere in the ring.
Come on, Bill. You're still big, huh?
Hughes letting him get to his feet. Oh, pulled the
big
rope out
mistake
from
by
him.
Hughes.
Yeah. He started monologuing. That's what happens. Stood there talking. Yanked off the top rope, smacked his head on the turnbuckle.
Oh,
Big splash by
I think the
Blackwell.
whole ring just moved.
I think it did shift over about 2 inches. Ooh, knee of his own, and the ring shifted another 2 inches. If a ring goes into the crowd, to the audience, it's yours to keep. You can take it home. Oh, lifting backbreaker onto Hughes. I don't think Hughes is on his feet. That's just automatic response. Nervous system kicking in to get him away as far as he can, and it wasn't very far. Hughes is out of it, man. Making it back to his feet. Blackwell going for it. Hughes going for his cutter. Blackwell blocks it off the ropes. Over the top rope with the cutter. Blackwell
Very
is
smart,
groggy.
Hughes.
That was a ooh, another boot to the face. Blackwell taking a nap of his own on a second rope. Not a good place to sleep, but you can get some Z's there.
Blackwell back to his feet somehow.
Hughes up top. Watch your head, man. Low ceilings. Oh, cross body. Beautiful. Hooks the leg. Shifted his weight over the shoulders, but it wasn't quite enough to keep Blackwell down. Jeremy going back up top. I'm sorry. What did I just call him? Yeah, Jeremiah. Not Jeremy. Good love. Hughes back up to the corner.
It's okay. You
I
start forgetting things in old age.
I do. I used to get hit in the head with a folding chair a lot. So, clubs to the front chest of Blackwell. Front chest.
Oh!
Ooh, back elbow. Into the face of Hughes, sitting on that top rope. Not a very good spot to be sitting there dangling, that's for sure. Big right hand.
Oh,
Hughes just
on
collapses
top of
on his back.
Blackwell. Oh!
Dang,
poor.
Blackwell just falling on him. All that weight crushing down on the chest of Hughes. And that is it. It is over. Hughes is not
Ladies
moving.
and gentlemen, here is your winner and new #1 contender to the
I don't
heavyweight
know if you saw it. It
championship,
looked like Hughes is focused under the rope.
Blackwell.
I didn't see that, but there was a whole lot of Blackwell blocking my view, so whole lot of Blackwell.
Blackwell blocking everyone's view, to be honest. Hughes still managing to get to his. Oh
No, he's almost to his
almost
feet.
smoked it too.
At least the ref's trying to help him out.
I know, right?
He looks a little out of it.
I don't even think. Oh. There we go. Okay.
All right, man. Blackwell, #1 contender for whoever comes out on top in that 30-minute Ironman match we have later this evening.
That's right. Between Roberto Cruz and the Alpha Jack Teryn, our current reigning champion.
It's going to be a slugfest, and I won't look forward to facing Blackwell no matter who the winner of that match
Yeah,
is.
I'm gonna have to take that in consideration during that half-hour Ironman match. But right now, we're gonna have a MWO Tag Team Championship, right?
All right. Take it away, Bulbasaur.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Michigan Wrestling Organization Tag Team Championships.
You know, it's our job to call them all.
That is true.
It's a Pokemon joke, people.
I was busy studying, not watching those cartoons. So
Me either. I'm too old for that.
call me Bulbasaur.
I did. I have kids. It's a kid.
Something like
Taking their time, making it to the ring. At least their entrance music has a catchy beat.
better late than never, I guess.
I think it took Campbell a little bit longer to dig up Skullz than it normally does.
Making their way to the ring, the challengers, the ruler of parts unknown, Skullz, and the creature feature, John Campbell.
John Campbell, of course, being accompanied to the ring by Frankenbucket.
And of course, not knowing where he is.
Not knowing where he is. His cousin, of course, Pumpkin Bucket, over here announcing with us.
That's true.
Right down the middle, baby, like Bill Alfonso.
Pumpkin Bucket, of course, not calling very many things tonight, but he's still here.
Campbell playing Ring Around the Roses.
And their opponents, the champions, MWO Hall of Famers, X-Convict, and Jaysen Platinum.
A lot of history in the ring between these four men.
A lot lot of experience with all of them.
A lot of experience, a lot of history. X-Con and Skullz, former partners.
Just doing some calculations earlier. Combined amongst them, they have over 100 years of experience. A lot of experience.
It is. I think there's more than that.
The greatest tag team
That's not over.
champions.
That's true. It's over 5 years experience, too.
It's true.
Ref calling for the bell. Ring it. Oh!
Oh!
The challengers quickly jumping the champions. Ooh! Both men going for a double choke slam here. Champs fighting their way out. Taking a powder. Man. Timeout.
Already out of the ring.
Hey, they're after that water.
Champs.
Oh, they're going to the
Champs
back.
getting thirsty.
All right. I think we need to bring some bottled water out here so these guys don't have to go to the back during the middle of a match.
Okay.
Referee up to a 4 count. Up to a 5.
Then
I can hear some action going on in the building. If we're quiet enough.
oh, there's
Here's some banging. Here comes
all
Campbell
four men
and
taking a
X-Con
trip around the building.
coming back in the other side of the ring. Made a loop. Man. What happened? Must have been some good stuff. Should have had a camera follow him. Campbell in the ring.
Well, at least we finally know who the legal men are.
Referee finally got a little control over this match. Oh.
Campbell showing off his karate skills.
John Campbell must be watching his Cobra Kai.
Dance off in the ring.
Yep. I won a match in a dance-off once. It's not hard. Ooh, double clothesline by Campbell. Both of the champs are down. X-Con and Platt both on their back. Pick one and pin them. I actually picked the legal man and pin him, but can't just pick one. Oh, he's sizing him up. He's looking to make some wine of his own. Oh! And there's the wine. Skullz back in. Double team on the part of the challengers. Ooh. Ooh, back elbow into the corner. Irish whip. Slamming in. Oh, he ate the ring post off that one. Followed by a clothesline by Skullz. Skullz choking him out. A lot of disregard for the rules here tonight. And you know what? I'm all for it. Like I said, they're more guidelines anyway. X-Con trying to get to his feet. Challengers firmly in control. Skullz stomping away at him. Off the rope. Ooh, nice little leg drop. X-Con trying to make a tag. Can't quite reach Platinum. Challengers keeping them isolated in their side of the ring. Trying to ensure that the champion can't tag in his partner. Double team move. Oh, sized him up for a punch. Stomped on his foot again. Trying to break his toes. Reversal. Oh, X-Con takes down Campbell. Campbell, ooh, turned around and running out of the ring. What in the heck is going on here, people? All right, well. Skullz, Platinum, get in and do the hokey pokey. Oh, Skullz chasing Platinum down. Come on. Entertain these people while the legal guys are. Oh, they're back. Here comes Campbell. He's back in the ring. Breaks the count. Oh, not quite broke. Oh, there we go. Skullz has got Platinum on the outside. And oh!
I do.
Oh, man.
Plenty of wine to go around tonight.
Plenty of wine to go around tonight. I mean, it is grape smashing season, but man alive. Tag made to Platinum. Platinum still a little groggy from getting choked out by Skullz, but got another werewolf all to put Campbell on his back. Oh, getting behind him. What's he doing here? He's standing over top of him. Oh,
that is a lot.
Dropping all his weight onto the back of Campbell. Ooh. Oh.
Campbell looking for help wherever he can find it.
Hey, sometimes, man, you need all the help you can get, no matter where it's at. Platinum in the cover, too close to the ropes. Campbell's able to break the hold. Platinum picking him up, tags in. Both men in the ring now. Convict off the rope. Oh! Drop kick to Campbell. Campbell, and he's down. Quick cover by X-Con. Kick out on 2.
Champion's keeping Campbell isolated now.
Well, sound strategy. Put him in a corner, keep away from his partner so he can't tag out. Ooh. X-Con taking him to the outside. Got him on the ring apron. Dangle him over the top. Ooh. Tried for a springboard. Missed on the springboard. Was able to follow through with a big club to the back of the head.
Campbell out here taking a break.
That's the experience. Not everything always goes to plan in the ring, and it's how you recover that counts.
We'll never hold these. Ever.
Ooh, trash talk by Platinum. Got a thumb to the eye for his efforts. Ref up to a count of 6. Both men on the outside. At the count of 7. Plat in the ring. Campbell better get in the ring, otherwise he could get counted out. Platinum blinded by that finger to the eye. Ooh.
Oh, Campbell back to his corner.
Campbell able to make the tag.
Now Skullz and Plat. Oh.
Skullz, the fresh man. Hasn't been in the ring in a bit, so.
Oh.
He got more stamina than these two, or the two opponents currently. Skullz off the rope, clothesline attempts.
Third time's a charm. Finally gets the big man off his feet.
Khan trying to call his partner over.
Skullz signaling for something
I
here.
think Platinum knows where he's at right now. Skullz calling for his choke slam. Is he gonna be able to get the big man up? I've seen him lift bigger. He's going for it. Oh, poor ring positioning. Khan able to tag himself in.
Now double team on Skullz.
Double team attempt on the part of the champions. Ooh. X-Con in the ring. Platinum to the outside. Skullz is now down. Oh. X-Con offering to make him a sandwich. I don't know. Look at the skin and bones on that. Just the bones on that guy. You think he eats a sandwich? Skullz got him up. Trying for the choke slam. Blocked by Campbell. Blocked by X-Con. Into the full Nelson sit-out bomb. I forget what he calls that. It's been a minute.
Come on, Skullz. 3.
Both men down. Ref trying to count to 10. If neither man can make it to his feet, this match is over. Terrible way to end a championship match.
6.
Both men to their knees now.
7. To your knees. You got to be to your feet. Both men up. Both men make a tag.
Here we go now.
Campbell's in. House of Fire all over Platinum, all over X-Con. Got Platinum on the ropes. Throws him to the outside. Can't win a match on the outside. Khan's in. He's got the belt. Sizing Campbell up. Looks like he's going to try something. Skullz is behind him. He doesn't realize it. Skullz grabs the belt. Ooh. Oh!
Campbell inadvertently takes a belt to the head.
And he is down.
Ref doesn't know how to call it. Oh, and there we go. That's the match, I guess.
That's the match.
Here
Platinum
are your
was
winners
legal. What was
and
that?
still tag team champions, X-Convict and Jaysen Platinum.
What the heck was that? Platinum was the legal guy on the outside of the ring. I guess. Hey. Whoa. Senior official Randy Schilling's out here.
Sorry, I don't mean to step on your toes, but I was watching in the back.
Hey, why don't you share with the rest of the class, huh?
Randy Schilling explaining to referee Dan Eardley what was going on.
There needs to be a decisive winner right here, right now. We're starting this match. We're starting this one over. Ring the bell!
Hey!
Oh.
All
I guess
right.
they're restarting the match.
Restarting the match. I'm getting word that Platinum was the legal man. X-Con made the pinfall, but Platinum was the legal man.
Are you kidding me? I'll fight you.
So it wasn't an official end to it. Oh!
Bring it! Bring it!
All right, that's one way to finish the match. He just assaulted the referee. That's one way to get out of having to
Just happened. What happened?
defend your title. What do you mean what happened? He just punched the referee.
We're on this match is Skullz and John Campbell.
Is it by default?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Schilling has informed me that the winner of this match as a result of disqualification, John Campbell and Skullz.
It's true. Ring announcer can't take my word for it. He's got to take the ref's word for
However,
it. But
still tag team champions, X-Convict and Jaysen Platinum.
you can bet this one ain't over. Yeah, if they're an ending like that, you can bet these four men are going to be going at it again. Somebody get a ref for the ref.
Hopefully next time it's not this chaotic, but I have a feeling it probably will be.
Hey, look at that. Schilling's out here to help the ref to the back. Where was he when Jaysen needed him?
Help everyone but the
Shameful.
CEO. That seems
Shameful. I wouldn't have helped him either. I mean, it's Jaysen Clouse. Let the man walk to the back on his own.
To each his own, I guess. So that was an interesting match, but right now we are going to go backstage. I hear Jack Teryn is waiting to give us some words. So let's head back to Mr. Positive.
MWO champion Jack Teryn.
Thanks, guys. Coming up shortly, we have the main event. Please welcome my guest at this time, Michigan Wrestling Organization heavyweight champion, the Alpha, Jack Teryn. So, Jack, with this match coming up, are you ready for the 30-minute war? And if so, are there any new pressures going into this match?
How do you get ready for a 30-minute war? There's once the pinfall happens, usually the match is over. Now the match continues to go. And you ask about pressure. Pressure is not being able to know if you're ever going to walk again. Pressure is fighting back from a broken leg, surgically repaired, and coming back to win the MWO Heavyweight Championship. So you want to talk about pressure? I think all the pressure's on Roberto Cruz.
All right. Back to you guys.
The holidays. A time to celebrate with friends, with family. A time to look back on a year that was, and a hope for a new beginning. So we invite you to join the superstars of the Michigan Wrestling Organization for its own holiday tradition. The slams, the action, the unpredictability. Join us as we bring to you our holiday tradition as the Michigan Wrestling Organization presents Christmas Clash, and you can see it live Saturday, December the 11th, beginning at 6:05 p.m., exclusively on Orion Neighborhood Television.
All right, yeah, that's right. Christmas Clash, December 11th, right back here at the ONTV studios. Got a lot of action planned for that, including Blackwell going against the winner of our main event here tonight for the championship.
Guaranteed to see a lot of fallout from tonight.
But before we get to that Ironman match, we have a television championship match, so let's head right back to ringside with our announcer, Jimmy G.
Take it, Charizard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall And it is for the Michigan Wrestling Organization Television Championship. Making his way to the ring from the front cover of issue number 1, weighing in at 150 pounds of pain, the Marvel!
Marvel strutting his stuff.
150 pounds of pain. Hell yeah, 150 pounds of pain.
150 pounds of pain, it says. I'd say at least 152.
And his opponent, the champion, from Treetop Town, weighing in at 150 pounds, the Raven Reborn, Tyler Dean.
Tyler Dean showing off that MWO Championship. Could be losing it here tonight. We will see. Marvel may be taking this championship home with him. Ref checking out Tyler Dean and the Marvel.
Good. Ready? Ready? Ring the bell.
And this one's underway. Both men sizing the other up. Circling. Collar and elbow tie up into a side headlock. Oof. Ooh. Working the arm. Into an arm bar.
Both men known for their speed. The smart thing to do here would take out someone's legs. But
Yep. Ooh. Up and over goes Tyler. Marvel working his way into a headlock of his own. Oop. Off the rope with the Irish whip. Trying for it. Dean comes off the rope. Ducks the clothesline. Going for it. There we go. Nice arm drag tape over. Mexican arm drag.
Oh.
Another one. Reversed by the Marvel. Sweeps the leg. Goes for a quick cover. Dean kicks out on 2. Sweep of the leg of his own. Going for another cover. Sweep of the leg of his own.
Seem to be mirroring each other.
Oh, they are mirroring one another. Double drop kick. Both missed. Squaring off with one another. These men seem to know each other very well. Ooh, knee to the midsection. Knee to the face. I don't think Marvel saw that one coming. Tyler got him on the bottom turnbuckle. Of course, the bottom turnbuckle because he can reach that one. Ooh, shots to the midsection.
Tyler taking him. Another Irish whip. Oh, reversed.
Yep, reversed. Tyler hooks the ropes. Marvel going for a clothesline. Up, over. Tyler pulls the rope down. Marvel to the outside.
Marvel flying in a way he didn't want to fly.
We'll see. Ooh! Each flew right in that elbow by the Marvel. Marvel looking to spring himself in. Oh, nice little plancha. Landed on top of Dean.
Marvel for another cover.
Kick out on 2.
Marvel really seems to want this championship.
Marvel does want this championship. Ooh, nice suplex. Over into a cover. Another kick out on 2. Marvel doing his best. Neck breaker to try and keep Dean. Try to keep control of Dean. Another kick out on 2. Frustration's starting to set in. Don't let it get the better of him. That's how you lose focus. Marvel. Calling for going up top. High risk, high reward. Dean getting his way to his feet. Oh, he got up too quick. Tree of woe here going on.
Marvel caught on the corner.
He's dangling in the corner. Stomping away at him.
3, 4.
Ugh.
Get out of there. He's hung upside down.
He let go. And he's back at it. There you go.
Ref's got to get them out of that corner.
You got to like the tenacity of Tyler Dean there. Got that Napoleon complex going on. Got to prove he's a big man. Ooh! Swing and a miss. Well, slide and a miss. Went for that baseball slide. Marvel wherewithal to get out of the way. But holding that hamstring on that right leg takes a lot of strength to pull yourself up like that and does damage to the back of your leg. Dean recovering from his whiff, taking back control over Marvel. Irish whip attempt. Ooh! Marvel with a clothesline of his own.
Starting to fight back now.
Ooh! Another clothesline. Ooh, going for a cross. Oh, I don't know if that was a cross body, but he just grabbed him and started punching him. Sometimes you ain't got to get fancy as long as it works. Ooh! Knee to the head. Ain't nothing fancy about a knee to the head, but it works.
Marvel about to fall out of the ring.
Marvin dangling over the apron here. Tyler to the apron himself. Tyler. Ooh. Got his arm tied up on a rope, pulling down on it. There you go. Stretch that arm. They aren't meant to bend that way. Tyler back in. Marvel going up top. Going for something, but Tyler's right there to meet him. Ooh. Shot to the face. Precarious position to be in. Ooh. Marvel with a headbutt. Another one. Down goes Dean. Marvel shaking the cobwebs out of his noggin. Headbutts are fun, but they leave you just as loopy as they do your opponent. Tyler working his way back up to his feet. Turning around. Marvel. Big missile drop kick from the top. Tyler going head over heels. Topsy-turvy. A little disorientated. Makes his way to the rope. Drop toe hold. Down to the ropes he goes.
Dean's on the ropes now.
Is he dialing it up? He's dialing it up. Boom. Kick the curtain. Curtain deserved it. It owed him money. Marvel back up top. Tyler, don't know where he is, stacking around. Oh! Out of it, but with enough.
Marvel caught in midair.
Yeah, he had enough gas left in the tank to kick him out of midair. Calling for a finish. Going up top himself. This hasn't boded well for most people who have attempted this tonight, but we'll see how this works. Oh!
No
Double
there.
stop attempt. Nobody home. Man, that's a good way to hyperextend your knee. Marvel with a roll up. Schoolboy. Oh! And that's it. He got the 3 count.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and new Michigan Wrestling Organization television champion, the Marvel.
Got ourselves a new champion.
Dean looks astonished in the corner.
Proof anything can happen here at the MWO. Yeah, new television champ, the Marvel. Dean is befuddled. I like using that word. What do we got going on here? Show of respect. Oh! Show of lack of respect. Ah!
Dean showing that this isn't over.
Yeah. Such unsportsmanlike conduct. I told you.
Oh!
Little man complex.
Oh, and here
comes Todd Gilbert.
Todd Gilbert coming to the ringside again.
Todd Gilbert making his way out here. We saw Tyler Dean out here earlier helping Gilbert against Jaysen Clouse. Apparently there's some kind of alliance going on here. What's Tyler going for? He's got him double underhooked.
Oh! Right onto his head.
Driving his face into the mat. Ref, man, somebody needs to get a little bit of help out here for this ref. Get some control over what's going on.
Get away from it.
Dean showing no respect to the Marvel.
Todd Gilbert seems to approve of Tyler Dean's actions here.
Yep, Todd does.
Just get started.
Just all right. Well, that's a heck of a start, man. That's a heck of a start.
I think we made our point.
I think, yeah, Todd and
Good night, Marvel. By the way,
Yeah, well, we said unfinished business. Probably see some follow to that at Christmas Clash. Champ trying to make his way to his feet. Well, what'd you think of that match?
That's certainly an ending, I guess. Marvel's the new champion, but well, how long will that last with Gilbert and Dean in the other corner?
Yeah, Gilbert and Dean's corner. He's got a weapon that Marvel does not have at his disposal, especially if he's coming back for his rematch.
A lot of big matches now for Christmas Clash, it sounds like. Up next,
Speaking of big matches,
we got that 30-minute Iron Man match coming up, but before that, I'm just getting word that Sheldon Positive is backstage right now with Cruz, getting ready for his match, so let's go to that.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Coming up next, the main event, the 30-man Iron Man match for the World Heavyweight title. My guest at this time, the challenger, Mr. Roberto Cruz.
Hey, Positive, long time no see.
It's been a little bit. So we hear rumblings all day that you've got some sort of big surprise planned. Care to elaborate?
I bet you'd want me to elaborate, and everybody watching at home. But you think I'm going to give away my strategy that easy? No. There's always more to it when it comes to Roberto Cruz. In fact, you want to talk about this Iron Man match, and everybody wants to talk about how big and strong and tough Jack Teryn is. That's true. I'll give him that. He don't have the belt for no reason. But the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And Roberto Cruz is going to finally become golden and fulfill my destiny tonight. Move it, Bozo.
Main event next. Back to you guys.
All right, strong words from the challenger.
Yep, this is going to be a good one.
We'll see if you have what it takes to become the champion.
Both men hungry for it.
That's right. And with that, let's get this match started, I guess. Right back to ringside, Jimmy G.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event, and you know what that means. A 30-minute Iron Man match for the Michigan Wrestling Organization Heavyweight Championship. The competitor with the most falls by the time the time limit expires will be named the champion.
Roberto Cruz being accompanied to the ring. Do not recognize that.
Is that a 1980s cell phone in that man's hand?
Is that what it is?
A lot of bravado walking into the ring right now. A lot of bravado. Cruz apparently intimidated by the ring entrance.
I'm wondering who this man he brought to the ring is.
I'm not sure.
Think that's the surprise he was talking about?
Could be. Got somebody watching his back, helping him in the corner. Champ making his way into the ring. The Alpha Jack Teryn. Such a beast, a brute, and a powerhouse.
You can hand it over now. You can forfeit if you'd like.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. Introducing first, the challenger. From the neon-soaked beaches of Miami, Florida, weighing in at 500,000 carats of gold, De Oro Roberto Cruz. And his opponent, the champion. Through the wrought iron gates and weighing in at 360 pounds, he is the reigning, defending Michigan Wrestling Organization heavyweight champion, the Alpha Jack Teryn! The referee for this contest is Dan Tanner.
Crowd clearly behind the champion here tonight.
Oh, Cruz throwing his jacket at the champion.
Showing no respect. But Cruz ain't got where he's gotten in this company by showing respect. Referee frisking the man down.
Check his beard.
Check his beard.
Check his beard. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Ring the bell.
And ring it. And this one's... We got 30 minutes, folks. It's all about stamina in this. Neither man looking to really start. Got to keep it going as long as they can. Keep that energy levels up. Keep that stamina going.
Both men facing off in the center of the ring.
No, there we go. Finally, some confrontation.
Hey, I'll do whatever I want to, so you shut your mouth. And don't touch my belt.
Cruz playing it smart, taking his time. More disrespect on the part of the challenger to the champion.
Roberto Cruz, because he is the man. Let's go, Roberto Cruz.
I don't
You guys don't have any rhythm.
I don't think anyone was going to chant that.
Both men still sizing each other up.
Corner one. Corner one. Two. Okay.
What's your name?
Look at that over there.
Oh!
Ooh, up and over goes the champion, taking on
Running around. These guys have to remember, they're in there for a half hour. They can't burn themselves out that quick.
You're getting that. All right. 2 count.
Cruz coming
Cruz
out.
coming to the outside. Manager standing at the ringside. I've been informed that his manager's name is Don Lopez.
Don Lopez.
Don Lopez. So if anybody's... Yeah. He informed me that if anybody's looking for representation, he's available.
It's good to know.
6. Pulling my hair. 7.
Got to the count of 10. Now, if he does get count out, that will count as a loss, and it'll be 1-0 in favor of champion.
Cruz trying to say Teryn was pulling his hair. Ref not believing any of it.
My beautiful mullet.
Teryn back in. Showing some power. Irish whip. Clothesline, and down goes Cruz. Stomping the man. Man, just the abuse that Teryn dishes out. But Cruz is no stranger to dishing out abuse of his own. And back to the outside he goes.
Cruz coming to the outside again.
He's stalling for time. That's the way to do it. You got stamina, man. 30 minutes, it may not seem like a lot. Ask my wife, but it's you got to drag that out.
You guys want to see how much stronger I am than this bum?
No.
Cruz calling for a test of strength. I'd like to see it. Oh, here we go. Both men interlocking fingers. Going for the other end. See who's the strongest. Oof. Size advantage clearly in Teryn's corner.
Cruz down to a knee.
Using it to put Cruz down to his knee. Cruz trying to get under it. Using the leverage
up.
to get back up.
Oh,
Oh, and of course he breaks the hold.
Oh.
Can't beat him. Beat him.
I guess that would work.
That's how it goes. Teryn now in the corner.
One, two,
Cruz working him over.
four.
Ref trying to get him out of the corner. Irish whip reversal. Cruz eating turnbuckle.
Oh, clothesline.
Oh, and
Teryn going for a cover.
Cruz
rolls out.
Wisely getting out of the ring.
One,
Taking a break.
two, three,
There you go. Getting fanned by his manager.
four. Shut up. Come on. Five,
I guess he's going after water as well.
6,
Seems to be the running theme of tonight. Don't like your match? Go get a drink of water.
Maybe December 11th we can bring some water out here.
That is not a glass of water. That is a folding chair.
Maybe that's a surprise.
Yeah. It breaks the count. Wisely breaking the count.
1. Hey. 2. Got a word for you over here. Hey, come here. Come here. 3. Come here. My man here needs to tell you something. This is about the rules of the match. Get down off the apron. Get down off the apron.
I don't think that phone works.
If it does, I doubt it has service.
Yeah, I doubt it has service.
Would be the kind of phone plan Cruz could afford, though.
It probably is.
1, 2, 3.
Teryn back in control. Going for a big splash. Oh, no. Going for a shoulder, and Cruz gets out of the way, and Teryn eats ring post with that shoulder. Big club to the back of the neck, back of the head. Another chop. Man, I hate chops.
Yeah, baby.
Those things are so painful.
Sounds painful.
They are. Come on. Those things hurt so bad. Teryn back in the corner, picking up that beard and pulling on his hair.
3.
Another chop. I think Cruz is taking up job as a lumberjack, man. Another shot. Shot to the head. Another.
Yeah, baby.
Cruz starting to get cocky.
Looking to get cocky.
Oh,
Ooh.
and immediately regrets it.
Teryn fighting back. Throws him to the outside.
Back in the ring. 1.
Teryn giving himself a bit of a breather. Sometimes that's a smart way to go. You toss your opponent to the outside to give yourself a breather. I mean, it gives him a breather too, but sometimes you need it, especially when you're trying to go for 30 minutes.
Oh. Cruz with that cookie sheet.
Cookie sheet bag in the ring.
What are you doing?
Trying to make muffins, apparently.
I'm pretty sure you need a
Oh,
muffin pan
chair
for that.
shot. I don't know if the ref caught that one. He's calling for the no. No. Oh, another shot. And the ref calls it.
Oh, no.
Cruz has been disqualified.
The referee has awarded a point to Jack Teryn by disqualification.
Beating him again, but you gotta look at this strategy. It's a beautiful strategy. He's given up a win. A disqualification. By giving up one win, how many wins is he going to get out of this now? How many pinfalls is he going to get from his hurt opponent? That is a genius strategy. And there's one.
There we go.
Now we're back to
Tied
tied. And his opponent is
Has
still
awarded a
down.
point to
Teryn
Roberto
is still not
Cruz.
moving. Still not moving. You got to respect a man who uses that kind of ingenuity in the ring.
Oh, yeah,
Ingenuity.
He's a smart man. I bet you none of you guys can even spell that word, let alone count the syllables. Oh, come on.
Yeah, but then he ruins his advantage by standing and boasting. Should have went for another pin, man. Could have got another one out of that.
Oh.
Ooh.
Teryn face first to the mat.
See, that was ingenuity, but he ruined it by monologuing.
Oh, there we go again.
But he managed to get another win out of it. Yeah, he's
One
up
more
2-1.
point to Roberto Cruz.
Teryn is still hurting from that chair shot. Capitalize on it. Keep going. Don't play to the crowd. Pin him again, man. I'm not rooting for him, but, man,
You should root for me. Because maybe one day you could be something more than just a pirate.
More than a pirate? Oh.
Cruz.
Yeah, see, Cruz, I'd
rather be a pirate.
I've been MWO champion, Cruz. multiple times.
1, 2, 3, 4 out the corner. I've got till 5.
And he's got till 5.
Surprised he really cares about that after attacking Teryn with a chair.
I'm surprised he can count to 5.
That's also true.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
See?
6.
Almost made it.
Oh.
Probably only because of his manager he's able to do that right now.
He's got his hands out. Ask him to count higher than that. He's got to take off his boots. Nice tag over. Teryn's down. Ref checking the shoulder. Cruz got that side headlock cinched in. Look how red Teryn's face is where he's cutting off that oxygen, cutting off the flow of blood.
10 minutes, heavy laps, 20 minutes remain.
Already a third of the way through this match
Ref
now.
asking, oh, what's Teryn doing? He's looked like he was trying to roll him over for a pin, but Cruz, having none of it. Cruz trying to lock that in as tight as he can. Teryn working his way back up to his feet. He's fighting his way up. Ooh, shot. Another shot. Another shot. Seeing some life out of Teryn here. What's he trying? Oh. No, he tried to shoot him off the ropes, but Cruz held on, drug him with him. Got him back down to his knees. Working that headlock. Cinching it in. Teryn just...
Teryn trying to get out of it.
This is
Oh,
what
he
happens.
does.
Yep. You get...
I see how you be looking at me.
Ooh.
Weirdo.
Talking trash to the referee. Cruz just does not respect anybody.
Oh.
Oh, big kick.
Yeah, he sized him up and punted him right in the midsection.
Oh, yeah. This your guy? This is your dude? Tell me 10 things you like about him. Go. See, you can't, loser. Ha, ha, ha.
He's not you. Oh,
yeah.
Was I supposed to say that?
You can say what you want. You got a microphone in front of you.
Yeah. Ooh, poor guy, huh?
Cruz just disrespecting the champ left and right.
Yeah.
Choking him up on the ropes.
Grinding him on the
grinding
rope.
his eyes across that. Thumb to the eye earlier. Now he's just going to rig his eyes across that rope.
Corner 1.
Close fist punch in the corner.
3. 4 on the corner.
Ref.
What about this corner?
Ref. I feel bad for this ref trying to maintain some control in a match like this. Oh, nice.
The refs have
double
been working
drop
hard
kick.
all night with some of these matches.
Yep.
Hey, what?
What is the ref?
What are you doing?
Oh, Cruz
What are you doing?
complaining to the referee.
Oh!
Kick to the midsection. He's outside in front of Cruz's manager. Cruz whispering
saying
words of inspiration to him. Nah, Cruz is distracting the ref.
Oh.
Cruz is
Cruz
distracting
looking
the
for
ref.
help with something.
Manager getting some little cheap shots in. Oh.
Back up.
Uh-oh. Teryn grabbing the manager. He's trying to get a shot in with that briefcase. Teryn caught him doing it.
Back in the ring.
But he distracted him long enough for Cruz to maintain control or get back in control again.
3.
Cruz is still in the lead at this point, 2-1.
4. 5.
Cruz back in. Ref up to 6. Teryn can't make it back in. Cruz will be up 3-1. Teryn trying to make his way back in, and he's in. And he's in. Cruz not getting a win that easy.
Andre the Giant.
Oh! Sitting on his back.
Teryn's still struggling.
Man, Cruz just seems like he's playing with Teryn here. Stomping the hands. Ugh. Keep working that upper body.
1, 2, 2, 1, 2.
Another pin attempt, another kick out on 2.
Oh, man.
Teryn's still trying to recover from those chair shots from earlier.
Think this man's had enough.
Oh.
Think it's time. You call it now.
Cruz calling for a finish, but Teryn,
Teryn
back
fighting
elbow.
now.
A little bit of life in him still.
That'd be why he's the champ.
Ooh, there we go. Backdrop to Cruz.
Felt that all the way over here.
Teryn trying to get a pinfall. Oof, so close. Hooked the leg, but he's just not enough mustard to keep him down. Both men writhing in pain. Cruz first back to his feet. Teryn up to one knee. Trying to get back in. Here comes Teryn into the corner. Once he got back to his feet, he came in like a train. Plowing into Cruz in the corner. Off the rope. Big splash. I think the ring bounced a little off that impact. Still only a 2 count, though. Teryn just trying to tie this one up. 15 minutes in. Both men down, tired, exhausted. Takes a lot out of you. Ironman match. Trying to get as many pinfalls as you can in the time limit you're allotted.
My chest.
Cruz complaining about internal injuries. Probably has more than one after that. That was a big impact. Oh, rig of the back. Choking him out on the ropes. Cruz off the rope. Oh! Choking him across that second rope.
Oh, poor Teryn. This is your champion.
Calling for it. Going for a pinfall. Nope. Going for it again. You know, I may not like Cruz as a performer. He just annoys me. Oh, and he moves out of the way.
rolls out of the way.
Teryn wisely moves out of the way. Like I was saying, I may not like Cruz as a performer, but that's just because I don't like the guy. Got nothing to do with how he performs. I just don't like the guy. But, man, can he put on a show. He's just methodically chipping away at this man, keeping him in control. He's using sound strategies, outthinking his opponent. And you got to respect that. As a performer to a performer, you got to respect that. I just still don't like the guy. You just, you know, you ever have one of those people where you just don't like him? Yeah. He's asking for it. Teryn trying to catch a breather. Cruz going to the outside. Again. You got to take that minute. Oh, he's going after that folding chair again. That worked well for him earlier. Put him in the lead. Cost him a win, but still managed to let him get in the lead. Throws it in the ring. Now he's looking under ring. Took his eyes off that folding chair. Not a sound strategy, but he's got another folding chair. Now they both have one.
Cruz letting Teryn get the first chair.
Oh, yeah.
Battle of the chairs.
Well, I kind of take back respecting his strategy. Throwing a weapon into your opponent before you're ready to get in the ring wasn't a sound strategy.
Maybe they're going to play musical chairs.
Maybe. There's 3 guys and only 2 chairs.
I'm a dork. I'm not the one that gave Teryn a chair.
Can we get Basher back out here to strum a few notes on that kendo stick? Sing us a song? Oh, we are playing musical chairs. We're going to have a staring contest. There we go. Let's let this fall be finished with a staring contest. First one to blink. Oh! Well, there you go. Trading blows in a chair. That's the way to do it. Don't have to go through the effort of standing on 2 feet.
That's true.
You still go through the effort of whooping your opponent's butt.
Oh, chairs kicked away, both men to their feet now. Referee Dan Tanner getting the chairs out.
Getting the chairs out of the way after that slugfest. Oh, up goes Cruz. Oh! Go to sleep. And I think he did. And he is out.
1 point to Jack Teryn.
We have ourselves a tie ball game, folks.
Men with 2 pinfalls.
2 apiece.
Well, 2 points.
Both men down, slow to get to their feet. Trying to work up the energy, trying to work up the stamina to fight their way back up. Teryn up to one knee. Is he going for a pinfall attempt here? Oh, nope, he's going to pick up Cruz. What's he going to do? Holding him by the scruff of his neck. Oh, there you go. Get that forearm up underneath that chin. Locking in that sleeper hold. Ref checking for a choke.
No!
Got that sleeper cinched in.
No!
Oh, he's cinching it in tighter.
Cruz finally starting to try and get out of it.
Got him down on the mat. He's checking the arm.
Cruz might be out.
Oh, nope.
Wakes up.
Cruz gets that, keeps that arm from dropping down. That third drop would have been it. It would have been over. Ooh, vicious 4 elbows. One part of the body, I don't remember. I failed in biology. Jack Teryn hooking him up. Got that
20
double
minutes,
underhook
heavy
hooked
laps,
in.
10 minutes remain.
Oh, flipping him over onto his back.
2/3 of the way through the match, both men with 2 points.
Beautifully executed. Teryn just does not have it. He's trying to capitalize on it, but he's running out of gas. Working his way over.
So a third of this match left.
Hooking that leg. Oh, and he's too close
Grabs
to the
the
ropes. Too close to the ropes, man. You get this late in the game in a match like this, and just simple things like that you would normally think of, you just trying to do what you can to survive at this point. Both men out of it, tired. This has been a grueling and hard-fought battle, and we're still only tied 2 apiece. Ooh!
Oh,
Cruz
big
first
kick.
man to his feet, able to side kick Teryn right in the face.
Oh.
Big elbow drop, hooks the leg, grabs the arm. Ain't no grabbing the rope with that arm. Oh, but Teryn, he didn't have his weight across his shoulders. Teryn was able to kick out.
What's the score?
2-2.
What's the time, nerd?
21 minutes.
He was talking to you. That's why I let you answer.
Well, you obviously don't look as smart as me, so I wouldn't call you a nerd anyway.
Yes, yes. You look like a butcher.
You know what?
Need to give you a meat cleaver.
Mr. Break a leg, huh?
In your white lab coat.
Oh!
Oh, going for the figure 4 here.
Oh.
Locking it in.
Is he going to be able to lock it in?
Working that leg. Sound strategy, seeing as how Jack Teryn broke his hip a few years ago.
No!
Attempting a moonsault off of the top rope, which is not something I would recommend a man that size do. Shoulders down.
Oh,
Ooh,
almost.
able to get himself up. Cruz cinching in on that figure 4. Locking it in. Teryn trying to reach the ropes. Not quite able to get it. He's fighting, trying to roll it over, trying to get to the ropes, doing anything and everything that he can to get out of this hold. Trying to relieve the pressure. Working it. Oh, he works it over. He reverses the pressure onto Cruz. Now all the pressure's on Cruz's legs. Wisely Cruz has to let go of the hold. Otherwise, he could have snapped his leg, torn a tendon, any number of things. But the damage has been done to both men.
Both men now
Figure
clutching
4,
their legs.
Figure 4 is always a gamble. Always a gamble. Trying to get any advantage that he can. Pulling out every card trick that he has. Cruz works his way up in the corner, fighting his way to his feet. Trying to work out the stiffness of his leg, man. It puts undue pressure. When you flip that over on that man, that hurts like you would not believe. You would not believe how much that hurts when somebody reverses that on you. I cannot even begin to express the pain. Cruz fighting through it, though. Again, the tenacity of these 2 performers here today. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Teryn taking another hit. Cruz just staying on top of him, trying to keep control. Trying not to give him an advantage. Choking him out.
3, 4. Back up. I don't think anybody here sees anything wrong with me choking him. See?
I think the ref saw something wrong with him choking him, but I could be wrong.
On the corner. 1, 2.
But that's just the rules, right? Aren't they just more guidelines?
Yeah, there are more guidelines than actual rules, they say.
Oh, Dan Tanner smart to get out of the way.
Ref wisely getting out of the way.
Teryn still trying to catch his
Cruz
breath in the corner.
arguing with the ref. Ooh, snap bear takeover. Teryn, kick to the spine. Ow. Another kick to the spine. Most people don't know this, but Cruz is a practicing chiropractor in his spare time.
Oh,
He was
so
just
he's
trying
just trying to help.
try to
Teryn.
realign his L4 and L5 vertebrae. Most people don't know that. Cruz
not have
going up
guessed.
top. I don't think that's worked well for anybody tonight. Teryn getting to his feet. I don't think Cruz notices it. Oh, and Cruz didn't
He
notice.
notices it now.
Another shot by Jack Teryn. Got him up. What's he going for here? Oh! He just presses him over and slams him down into the middle of the ring. Going for the cover. He's working his way over. He's on top of him.
25 minutes
Hooks the
elapsed.
leg.
5 minutes remain.
Only a 2 count with 5 minutes left in this epic battle between these two behemoths.
5 minutes left. Both men with 2 points still.
Down to the wire here. Which one's going to pull it out? Which one can pull this off and be our MWO champion heading into the Christmas clash to take on Blackwell?
What would happen if it ended in a tie?
Hey, triple threat. Ooh. Forearm shot by Cruz. Ref trying to get him out of the corner. Another shot by Cruz to Teryn. Working him over. Working that midsection. Sizing him up. What's he going for here? Opposite corner. Cruz comes in. Oh! Running knee to the chest. Teryn just stumbles out and falls on his face. Feeling the pain. Rolls over to his back. Trying to work his way up. Back over on his stomach. That's a good place to be. You don't want to be on your back in a match like this, especially when you're on the mat. Oh, with the choking him out, just standing on his throat. Teryn in the ropes, so Cruz has to break the hold, but Teryn just trying to catch his breath, working it with 4 minutes remaining in this contest. 4.5 anyway. These men are getting there. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. 3.5. I can't tell time.
If you had an education like me, you might.
Yeah, I went to public school, so. Teryn in the ropes, taking a knee to the face by Cruz. Cruz, what's he going for here? Sizing him up one more time. Nice, another little snapmare. Ah, that wasn't a snapmare. A rolling snapmare. That's not even a snapmare. Ooh, kick out on 2. I hate when I call the wrong moves. Whatever, it was effective. Whatever you call it. Cruz pulling Teryn back up to his feet. 2.5 minutes remaining in this bout. Ooh! Teryn seeing
Looks
some
like
life
Teryn
in
has
him.
some fight left.
He's got that double underhook. Oh! Dropping him down on his face. Both men are down. I don't know. I'm not sure why the refs count, because if it goes to 10, nothing happens.
I mean, wouldn't that just get a point? Like,
Going for the pinfall here. Oh, he got his shoulder up, I believe. I don't know. That's the ref's call. That was a 2. That look from here. He got his shoulder. That was close. That was a 2.5, 2.9, like you said. 2 minutes left in this contest, and 2-2 still. A lot of 2s going on. Both men tired, exhausted, trying to muster up what little effort that they can to finish this off, their opponent off.
Gotta wonder how much these men have left.
Not a lot.
28.5 minutes.
Who's going to have enough, though? It's not how much does each man left, but who's got the most? Trading chops on their knees with 1.5 minutes to go. Another chop. Both men fighting to their feet. Both men working their way up. Teryn pushes Cruz off the rope, knocks him back down. He's going, is he going for a pinfall here? He's trying to get him. He's going for the pinfall. And Cruz wisely gets the ropes. Wisely gets the ropes.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining.
We're down to our final minutes, folks, and it's still 2-2. Both of these men trying to pull it out, see who's going to get it. Down to the wire, neck and neck. What is going on? All right, we got
manager is up on the apron.
We got the
here.
manager. sliding his briefcase into the ring, trying to do. Cruz, what's he got going on here? Oh, and he just drives Teryn down into the mat. Actually, he drove him down into that briefcase. Going for the pinfall. That's 3.
Point to Roberto Cruz.
That's 1 more to Roberto Cruz. He's up 3-2 with 25 seconds left in this bout. Teryn has got 20 seconds if he's looking to do anything in these final,
I don't even know
final
if they're
few
gonna be
minutes.
able to get up by
I don't
then.
even know if they're going to get to their feet in this time frame. We're down to the last 10 seconds here, folks.
9, 8.
Both men are trying to get to
7,
their feet.
6, 5.
Cruz wisely
4,
rolling out of the way,
3,
getting out of the distance.
2, 1.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a score of 3 points to 2, your new Michigan Wrestling Organization heavyweight champion, Roberto Cruz.
It's an amazing match right there.
Amazing. Crowd doesn't seem to appreciate it, but again, you got to give. I don't
Both
like.
men gave it their all.
I don't like Cruz as a person, just personally, but as a performer, he gave a hell of a show tonight, man. It was beautiful. It could have gone either way at that point, and Cruz just dominated, in my opinion. Maintained control, and Teryn was just always fighting from a defensive position. I don't know if it's because of the confidence that his new manager instilled in him or what, but whatever it is, it paid off, and we have ourselves a new MWO champion.
Looking mighty happy. We'll see if he's still looking happy on December 11th when he
yeah.
goes one-on-one with Blackwell.
Blackwell, yep, the #1 contender. I don't think we've heard the last of Jack Teryn in the MWO title picture, though, to be certain. He almost pulled this one out. Bringing in his manager, what was that, Don Lopez. Don Lopez. And you got to know for a fact Don had a little bit to do to helping his I can't even think of the word. Helping Roberto Cruz win this match. Yeah. His client, that was the word I'm looking for. Good love, man. Yep. Cruz.
So this isn't the last we've
going
seen
up.
of Don Lopez.
Oh no, if he's managing, first match in the MWO, his debut, and he's now managing the champion. That's got to look good on a resume. At least better than anything Todd Gilbert has managed, but I just don't like Todd. Cruz.
Like?
Nah, not really.
Nah.
I don't like you. I like Pikachu
I don't
here,
like
but
myself most of the time. But.
I like Pikachu here.
Oh, you're gonna call him the right name?
Yeah,
Baby. Cruz going off to celebrate.
Take a look. This is the only championship in Michigan that matters because it's in the hands of the Roberto Cruz. Yeah!
All right, everybody, and that's going to do it for our show. Thank you for joining us on this spectacular edition of Trick-or-Slam.
Phenomenal night.
Back here
Great
again,
matches.
December 11th for Christmas Clash. See some more major matches that were just set in motion now.
One for sure, you will see Roberto Cruz taking on Blackwell for the MWO Championship at a minimum. And that ought to be a slugfest in and of itself.
That's right.
We saw the damage that Cruz can do, and we saw the damage that Blackwell can do. That's going to be a good one.
That's going to be good.
Remember,
Look forward to seeing you watching the next time.
December 11th, right here on
ONTV.
ONTV, 6:05 p.m. Be there.
Or be square. Or
that's the sky.